This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed singer, the one and only Danielle Cosby. But before we get to our interview, here is a sneak peek at one of her original tunes. Well, hello, Danielle. How are you?
Hi, I'm great, Will. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Oh, Danielle, I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, and I'm so excited. The audience got a sneak peek of your incredible talent. Danielle, I know from my research, you grew up in a musical family. Talk to me about, was there a moment growing up where you were like, I'm going to try doing this for a living? Because obviously you started doing this professionally at 16 years old.
Yeah, I think it was kind of always inevitable. It was just something that was like, well, what else do you do? Coming from a super musical family, my mom was a piano major, my dad was a trumpet major, both incredible singers. I grew up singing in the church band and playing. And my mom was also the accompanist at the school that I went to. She started there when she was pregnant with me. So all throughout school up through my senior year, she was my accompanist at school. So I think like there was probably never a time where it didn't feel like there was no other option for me. Music was just like the only option.
It was in your bone marrow. And what I also love
Definitely.
about what you do, Danielle, is that I love the fact that you took the leap. And correct me if I'm wrong, was it in January of 2020 you took the leap to go to Nashville?
I moved in July of last year, so July of 2020.
Wait, got it. I got my J's wrong. So literally in the middle of the pandemic, you moved to
Yeah,
Nashville.
yeah. So I actually, when everything shut down last March, April, I had originally I had been planning on spending a month in Nashville last March. Obviously that got canceled. And then I just like got to this point where I was like, well, I could be quarantined in Michigan or I could be quarantined in Nashville. So I booked an Airbnb for a month last May in Nashville just by myself. There was nothing open. There was really nothing to do. It was just kind of like a getaway, which was exactly what I needed at the time. And then while I was here during that time, I met my now landlord and found where I was going to live and all that stuff. And my best friend moved down here with me and we moved in July.
I love it. I love these moments, where you kind of risk it all. And literally you did. I mean, granted, in the middle of a pandemic, you said, excuse my French, probably not in this terminology, but F it, might as well just go. And here you are, and the universe seemed to have conspired for you, because it seems like while you were there, it's almost like your creative juices during this time have been sparked more than ever, correct?
Yeah, you're spot on. I mean, it was definitely the breath of fresh air that I really needed in my life. I felt like I had kind of climbed the ladder as far as I could really go in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I was at. And it was time. I mean, honestly, it was probably past due for me. And the pandemic really gave me the opportunity because everything shut down. All my gigs were canceled. Like there was nothing going on. It actually gave me the opportunity in the space and the time to like take a breath, figure out like leave behind the things I don't want to carry into the new world and like figure out what I want to carry into my new life. And here we are in Nashville and just I couldn't be more thankful.
I love it, Danielle. Yeah, I feel like all artists, I mean, I've done over 700 interviews with over 700 artists all around the world. And if there's something that I'm hearing from artists is that each of them have in some way, shape or form investigated the superfluous to get to the crux of the matter. And it seems like you've done that. And I love the fact that you've done it unapologetically. And I just love this unapologetic nature too. So final question for you, Danielle. And actually, before I ask it, I want to let our audience know for more on the incredible Danielle, you could read more about her right below this video. Danielle, I want you to leave us with anything you want to talk about. I want you to talk about anything that you're working on now that you're excited to release soon? Any projects or collabs that you're currently in that you can't wait to talk more about? Or if you'd like to, I want to give the space now for you to just talk about everything and anything you have.
Sure. Yeah, thanks. So I was able to release 2 singles this past summer, and then I have another single coming out in just a few weeks, actually. It'll be, I'm planning on December 31st, New Year's Eve. My last single called Growing will be coming out. So yeah, follow along. I'm really, really excited for this song to come out. The 3 songs that I've written and produced and released this year are really just kind of like an overall view of my life over the past year or couple years, really through this pandemic, and how much I've changed and grown. And I'm really proud of the work that we've done, and I'm really excited for this last single to come out. So check it out, Growing, Danielle Cosby, December 31st.
I love it, Danielle. Well, listen, I think that's a theme and a message that we can all relate to. I think we were all
Yeah.
forced to look in the mirror and really
Yeah.
decide whether or not we wanted to move back or move forward. And the fact that you've chosen to move forward, I mean, dare I say, I'm going to just be my New York blunt self. You are a singer-songwriter. You're not just a singer. And dare I say, you're also a creator, because you have created your own destiny. And I'm thinking about all the young Danielles out there who get to view you, you know what I mean? And what it takes
Yeah.
to just make the decision one day to risk it all and just go after your bliss. So I'm deeply inspired, and I'm so grateful that you're a part of this amazing new platform where you're going to be able to gain not only more fans, but future collaborations. I've spoken with over 36 artists in Nashville alone. And I'm just so excited for you, and I'm glad that we're connected now too, Danielle.
Yes, thank you. It's been such a pleasure getting to chat with you, and you are such a bright light, and your smile is so contagious. I just have to say that. Like every interview that I've watched, you are just such a bright light.
Oh, listen, Danielle. I mean, when I became a director, my North Star was just to create a safe space for artists. And the fact that this opportunity came up 7 months ago, it was like the universe was like, Will, this is you trying to create a space for a safe space for. So I appreciate that. I am so fulfilled by the artists like yourself and the stories that get to hear like yourselves. It's beyond belief. It has made me a more grateful artist and human. So thank you, Danielle Cosby.
Yes, my pleasure.